President Aquino will seek authority from Congress to allow the national government to enter into additional energy supply contracts to address the anticipated power shortage next year. The president made a statement during the ceremonial launch of the $976 million, 429-megawatt Pagbilao-3 power plant held in Makati City. Hajji Kaamiño reports.
President Aquino made the first step in addressing the possible power shortage by summer of 2015. The chief executive led the groundbreaking ceremony of the Pagbilao-3 power plant in Makati City, where he announced that he'll ask the Congress to create a joint resolution that will authorize the national government to contract an additional generating capacity.
Very soon, we will formally ask Congress for a joint resolution that will authorize the national government to contract an additional generating capacity to address the 300-megawatt projected deficit. And on top of that, to have sufficient regulating reserves equivalent to 4% of peak demand for another 300 megawatts. The Department of Energy will also continue to solicit participation for ILP until next year. Let me assure our partners from the private sector, government intervention will be focused solely on addressing the projected shortage. We have no plans of intervening to distort the market or complicate the situation even further. After all, we know that it's only through the government and the private sector working together that the Philippine energy sector can realize its full potential. That together, we can find solutions now and address existing issues once and for all.
A shortage of 300 to 1,000 megawatts is expected to occur in Luzon by 2015. In connection, the President assures the government will take all necessary measures to ease the consumer's burden. PCOO Secretary San Nicoloma said the President based his decision on Section 71 of the Electric Power Industry Reform Act or EPIRA law.
Malinaw naman ang nakasaad sa batas at yun mismo ang ginamit ng Pangulo bilang batayan. The law is stated in very clear terms that the President may do what he said he will do in order to address a shortage in supply. At yung konteksto naman yan, malinaw na rin na ipaliwanag ni Secretary Petilla noong nakaraan, may tinutukoy lang tayong specific period estimated to occur sometime between March and May next year, during the summer months where there is an expected peak demand and where there might be there will be a possible shortfall in the supply, and government would like to be proactive in being able to address the projected shortage.
Aside from the resolution, the Department of Energy is also doing efforts such as the Interruptible Load Program or ILP.
This is why our Department of Energy has intensified its coordination and consultation with consumers, industry stakeholders, and other agencies in its pursuit of solutions. Part of their efforts include the Interruptible Load Program, or ILP, which allows significant end users to disconnect from the grid, use their own generators, and receive compensation as approved by the ERC. But this is a voluntary program, and private companies will have their own valid reasons to choose to participate or not in this venture. We have generated 142 megawatts through the ILP, but effectively, dependable output is only 71 megawatts. Based on historical performance, and of course, 71 megawatts is significant, but is obviously still very far from addressing even the best case scenario of having a minimum power deficiency by next year.
Meanwhile, President Aquino believes the Pagbilao-3 power plant will be a huge help to ensure a steady power supply for consumers and industries. The project will also create jobs.
This begins the more than 3-year countdown until the project is completed in November of 2017. Pagbilao-3 is a strategic investment not only in infrastructure and equipment, but also and more importantly in the future of the Filipino people and our country. The 400 megawatts that this project will bring once it begins operations represents a significant addition in the form of base load power. This is absolutely necessary to ensure a steady supply of the power that Filipinos need day in and day out, even as we seek to diversify the energy mix by bringing in other power sources. But the additional production capacity is just one among the things that our country can look forward to because of this project. I'm told that during the construction of this project, you will be creating jobs for 2,000 men and women, which will naturally have a significant multiplier effect on the local community. So, to Team Energy Corporation and Aboitiz Power Corporation, thank you for your continuing confidence in the Philippines.
The President also recognizes the country's consistent economic growth and technology innovation, which make the demand of power higher. The Philippines' economic growth rate rose to 6.3% from year 2010 up to 2013, anchored by business process management sector, which demands power. In second quarter of 2014, the manufacturing sector's growth rate also increased to 10.8% and 1 million net employment was recorded. Moreover, the country continues to attract foreign investments which also demand power. President Aquino assured a more balanced progress and power situation at the same time. For the People's Television Network, this is Hajji Kaamiño.